Hi, it's Adam here from Music Radar. Today in my home studio I have the Axino Synergy Core. Now there's lots of USB microphones around at the moment, but this one is a little bit special. Firstly, the mic is built with high quality components and features a gold sputtered diaphragm, hybrid preamp and 24-bit 192 kHz AD conversion. All the controls you need plus a headphone socket are right on the front. The package also comes with a desktop stand, shock mount and a foam windscreen. Okay, so this is the Axino Synergy Core control panel. This is where we access the real power that's inside this microphone. You've got usual mixing options as you'd expect, but in the middle here is where it gets really interesting. At the moment I've got it set to just the Axino profile with nothing on that. So let's take a look first at these mic modeling options. And you should be able to hear as I click through, you get a nice visual representation of the mic you're changing to, and you should also be able to hear my voice changing as well. So you can experiment with those different profiles. They have different uses for different things, and it can get quite fun and creative as well. Let's try this Hamburg 441 model. So you should be able to hear as I keep talking those different mics responding in different ways. For now, let's keep it on the Axino profile, just completely flat. There are some nice presets at the top here, and you can obviously save your own, but let's go into these effects here and add a new one. I've got access to a load of them here, so let's just go through and have a little look. Let's try vintage compressor. Let's go for this one to start with. Just loading up something, and you can hear that's affecting the voice straight away with no latency. I can mess around with these controls here. I can turn that off. Let's have a look. Try something else there. That's put a nice bit of compression on my voice there. Maybe let's load up a vintage EQ as well. I quite like this one here. So yeah, all the controls you'd expect on there, and that's affecting it in real time, and that's not putting any load on my CPU because it's all built into the microphone. You've also got a reverb built into the mixer here, which you can put on a send. So you should be able to hear that coming through nicely there. And that's just down here, so you can obviously change that, put loads of reverb on if you wish. Let's jump into a couple of these presets now so you can hear some of the kind of more creative and practical things that you can do. So these are presets with a mic model and some effects loaded in there, as you can see. So this is set up for a voiceover preset. Let's try a vintage radio, one of the more extreme presets there. Let's load up a male clean vocals preset. So this preset uses the Berlin V563 model, and you can see it's got some preamps, some EQs and a compressor loaded in on there. So it's a really nice way to get involved here and do some subtle tightening up of your sound or get really creative with it. So now let's see how all this works in a practical setting. Okay, so I'm inside my DAW now. This is Ableton Live, and I'm going to very quickly show you how you can use some of the features on the Axino Synergy Core in a recording setting. I'm going to put together a little track. So let's start off with, this is just a drum loop I've got. So that's going to form the basis of this track. The first thing I'm going to record is the guitar. So I've pulled up the Axino control panel here. I'm going to start off with the acoustic guitar preset, and you can see it's changed the sound of my voiceover there because I'm recording everything through this mic. So I'm just going to go ahead and record a little acoustic guitar line and see how that sounds. Okay, so we've got that little acoustic guitar lead line, which I recorded with the acoustic guitar preset. I added a bit extra reverb to that. Let's just hear how that sounds on its own. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and record some more guitars on that, some strumming this time. and use a slightly different preset. Let's pull up the Axino Core again. Let's go back into acoustic guitar. This time I'm going to add a bit more reverb onto it again, and let's tweak some stuff here. So on this acoustic guitar preset, you see you've got an EQ here and a compressor. I'm going to give it a little bit more in the high frequencies. And I'm also going to come down here to this VEQ55A and boost up the low frequencies a bit. And let's try recording in some strumming. So now let's put some vocals over the top of that. Let's go back to the control panel here and let's have a little play around with some stuff here. So there's a preset here for male clean vocals using the Berlin, and we can dive into this and have a little play around. Let's see. Let's give us a bit more gain there, and let's give us a bit more compression. And I'm actually going to give a little boost to the low end here, around 60 Hertz, I think. How does that sound? Yeah, that's a bit better. So let's hit record and record some of that in, and I'll tweak it as I go. I'm singing with the Axino. 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 Okay, let's just tweak that and we'll put that into the mix. So now I'm just going to run through and record some backing vocals on that, do some tweaking, do a little bit of mixing afterwards in Ableton here, and we'll see what we end up with. I'm singing with the Axino. 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 Okay, so we got a really rough, dirty mix. This is just something I've thrown together pretty quickly. I'm singing with the Axino. 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 So our initial drum loop has got pretty lost in that mix now, and what we can do, as well as processing things we're recording into the mic, we can feed things through the Axino and use the plugins built into it to process that. So let's try that on our drum loop. Okay, so what I've done here is I've set the drum loop channel to an external out and channel 3 and 4 rather than going to the main mix. So now within the Axino control panel, if I pop out the mixer, you'll see USB 3 and 4 over here. Let's play that. And you can see that coming through over here. So then we can go in and add in effects to that. Let's put in a really nice vintage compressor on those drums and really make them punch up. Let's have a little fiddle with the effects here. and I can bypass that here. And then I can of course record that back into my DAW as a process file. So that's a really rough and ready demo I've recorded there, but you begin to see the power that's inside this microphone and just what you can do with it. So the Axino Synergy Core is fantastic for home recording, and the Loopback features mean it's also great for podcasters, streamers and other content creators who want to take their audio to the next level. Being able to use high quality vocal processing effects with no extra load on your computer is a massive bonus. Make sure to check out more details on musicradar.com and antelopeaudio.com.